Habbo Hotel is an online community and virtual world aimed at teens and young adults. At least, that's what the Wikipedia page says. The part they missed is this was a lot of people's first internet community where they could troll, meet new people, have 3 girlfriends or boyfriends in the same night, and spend a bunch of their parents' money on virtual credit. Over the years, lots of crazy things have happened in Habbo Hotel. One of the most famous events was the 2006 Pools Closed raids that started in 4chan, with thousands of 4chan users migrating over to Habbo to spam Pools Closed while all wearing the same outfit, which ended with Habbo mods being accused of racial profiling and mass banning users. Back to what Habbo is all about. Each country had its own hotel, mostly filled with casinos, armies, and random clubs, where 12-year-olds would find each other so they could date for a whole 40 minutes. The armies were my favourite. You join a room with all these army members that would recruit you. They would make you wear a uniform, which just meant you would wear a brown or green tracksuit. Then they would make you put your rank in your own motto, and that's it. You're part of that army. So you would just sit in that room all day and talk crap with all the other 12-year-olds. I decided I'd spend a little bit of time heading back to Habbo Hotel to see what it's like. I've got to say, it's not as fun as I remember it, but being a kid the last time I played it might kind of be the reason for that. It was difficult to sign up for a new account, the website felt glitchy, and every time I tried to sign up, I'd be hit with a different error. Scamming was always a big problem with Habbo Hotel. It was almost like the downtown back alleys of the early internet. Anything was possible. Early Habbo Hotel didn't have any sort of password requirement, so you could set your password to anything, which meant a lot of young kids would set their passwords to very easily brute-forced passwords, which meant a lot of accounts were compromised and any fernie on those accounts would be stolen, or the accounts themselves were sold for real money. The list of common scams used in Habbo Hotel were massive, and some of them were highly successful. In fact, in 2007, a Dutch teenager was arrested for allegedly stealing fernie. Luckily, Sulake, the developers of Habbo, were able to crack down on a lot of scams, but there was still a lot happening. Attempting to scam another player in any way was a fast way to get banned, but that didn't stop the scammers. Let's not ignore the pink elephant in the room. Habbo is a lot different to how many of us remember it. Habbo these days seems like more of a ghost of its former self. In July 2017, Adobe Flash announced they were discontinuing Flash, which was a big problem for Habbo, as it was one of the first big Flash games. This move forced Sulake to port the game to the Unity engine. The move to Unity for Habbo wasn't a great move. There wasn't anything wrong with Unity, but Sulake had done a poor job porting the game. The UI was ugly, it was glitchy, and they had announced that the port would also be released without trading. Hashtag SaveHabbo was trending on Twitter in many countries, and then later hashtag NotMyHabbo followed. These were in protest to Sulake removing trading from the game. Sulake later responded to the protests, and many players were not happy with their response. It seems Sulake argued that allowing the old style trading would mean a black market would take place. Towards the end of 2020, the beta was released for the ported version of Habbo. It was very much disliked by many users, even causing many players to permanently leave Habbo. By the start of 2021, Sulake had released a final version of Habbo. Some sources state that up to 56% of users did not return after this move. Habbo is likely heading towards its final days, and is merely a ghost of its early 2000s self. But let's not hate what Habbo has become, but rather just accept that all good things come to an end.